6'2" versus 6'3". These guys are standing tall amongst each other as they are scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds of the super middleweight Fighters Rep title. Christian Zahler, the former Fighters Rep middleweight champion, is a performance of the night winner, where he suffered a knockdown against David Rivera, recovered, won that fight, and lost the rematch. And here he is, coming back for the super middleweight title. And here we go for round one.
Yeah, Christian Zahler looking to become a 2-division champion here at Fighters Rep. Said he's looking to bring some more intensity, and he's going to fight as if it's the third round in the first. That's how he framed it.
Absolutely, yeah. So he's going to start out hard and fast. And we see Parker going with those leg kicks. Both fighters trying to use their footwork, cutting angles. A nice cross by Zahler.
Zahler starting out a bit too upright. What do you think, David?
Well, you know, it's his style, and you know, he fights good that way. As long as he gets a long end of his extension on his punches, he'll be okay.
And what do you make of Joseph Parker's herky-jerky going from southpaw to orthodox stance so many times already?
Well, I think he's trying to figure out the puzzle right now, and so trying to find his way, trying to find his footing, trying to measure his style, the pacing, the height, the reach of Christian Zahler. And I don't think he's kind of found it yet, but he's working away, throwing those leg kicks, moving around, using his footwork. He's trained by some of the best. He's trained by also Pete Sugarfoot Cunningham. And Pete, again, championship kickboxer, undefeated in 50 fights. And it's a little bit of that style that he brings with him.
Yeah, he's also coached by Giovanni LaRue, who's actually faced Christian Zahler 3 times.
Oh, absolutely,
so
yeah.
There is experience in that corner.
In the final 10 seconds, each fighter trying to set their mark right now. And some heavy hands by Parker to close out that round. And Manuk, at the close of this first round here, who do you see taking that?
Yeah, that was closely contested, more of a feeling out round. Really, nobody won it definitively on my card, but I'm going to edge it to Zahler, 10-9, 5-round fight. So I'm sure both fighters also don't want to spill the gas tank in round one. And but you see Christian Zahler there taking some deep breaths already, so definitely some wear and tear already being felt in the corner there.
And here we go for round number 2. And this is for the super middleweight title. Oh, and Parker comes right out with a push kick. Fighters engage in that short clinch. Mark Reyes resets them. A high kick by Zahler, coming up a little bit short. And I notice Parker reaches down for that low kick. He's got to be very careful on that, because if it changes direction to the head, his hands might be low. Parker with the switch kick coming a little bit late. Right kick coming to Mark. And Parker with that looping hook, and he's using a lot more head movement. And it seems like it's playing pretty well for him. Zahler trying to find his mark on those punches. And it looked like Parker might be expending a little bit more energy than he needs. It's a 5-round fight.
It's unfortunately, it's a little bit too sloppy right now with the haymakers that are being thrown for Parker. I don't think he's really gotten comfortable here through the first 2 rounds, and I think Zahler is just picking and choosing his spots a little better. But, you know, as you saw there, Parker connects, finds a rabbit out of his hat and connects with the looping left hook.
Oh, a nice way to close that second round. And for me as a coach, I can see the fighter as they walk back and you can see the breathing. It looks like Parker is really sucking up a lot of air, so he might be expending a lot of energy for this fight. But he's got that head movement and he's finding his mark with those punches while he's dipping to the left, dipping to the right. And maybe he can catch Christian with one of those. But Zahler is just finding his flow. He's getting his groove on each and every round. We'll see what round 3 brings. And Manuk, unofficially on that second round, who do you give it to?
Again, I edge it to Christian Zahler. I have it 20-18 through 2 on my scorecard for the former middleweight champion, looking to become a 2-division FightersRep titleist and bounce back from a 3rd-round stoppage loss. This is when things turned for the worse last time Christian Zahler was in the ring. A 3rd round ended up getting stopped by David Mr. Sinister Rivera on FightersRep 18. And Zahler is looking to flip the script here tonight.
Zahler trying to swing no punches. Fighters go into a short clinch. Now referee Mark Reyes breaks him. Fighters reset. Spin back kick by Parker off its mark.
Looked like he was going for a spinning back fist first, and then he goes for the kick.
And he's using a spinning hook kick, and you know, those techniques require a lot of energy. Oh, but he's finding his mark.
That was a big right hand by Parker. His best punch of the fight connected.
Well, Parker said that Zahler's body is soft, and he's finding those marks on the body and the head.
Best sequence of the fight there for Parker so far. Connected with 2 flush rights. But again, not much mustard behind these punches for Parker. I think he's a little gassed right now. And the way he's swinging, and as you can see from that sequence, just even if he connects with those, they're not going to do any damage.
Well, he connect with a short punch right there, and it got the crowd going. Maybe this is a war of attrition. You know, I like Zahler's tight punches, but they're kind of losing its return and losing its snap, and that's where Parker is finding his best success right now, because the punches of Zahler is coming back a little bit slower, and as Parker swings, he connects sometimes, you know, and he's still got the leverage on those hooks. We go into round number 4, and again, it might be a war of attrition. Who has the bigger gas tank and who has the tougher head and a tougher body?
Yeah, and Parker's working his way back into the fight now. As you can see, bloodied the mouth of the Flowmaster. And on my unofficial scorecard, Parker just took his first round, so I have it 29-28 through 3. 2 more rounds to go. And both fighters look fatigued. Definitely energy and cardio is going to be one of the key ingredients as far as who's going to come away with this win.
The fighters going right away. This is round number 4.
Nice front kick by Parker. Follows it up with a left and a right. Again, things are picking up for Parker.
Parker, in addition to his head move, he leans into that right overhand and it finds his mark, and when it does turn the head. of Christian Zahler. Oh, and Parker finding the jaw of Zahler.
Parker chopping the tree that is Zahler right now. All things working for him. And when he's coming with these weird movements and sequences, he is actually catching Zahler now. Zahler is not seeing these punches coming from the awkward angles, and Parker is proving that they will hurt.
And especially if you lean into it, use that little bob and weave, and as you lean with the same direction as that punch is coming, you get that body leverage, and it is working effectively for him.
All Parker here through round 4 so far.
Oh, Parker with a nice uppercut. I mean, Zahler found that uppercut. Just a war. Both fighters are just digging very deep in there. Wow, and round 4 comes to a close. You know, it could be 2-2.
Yeah, I gave that round to Parker once again. I have this even going into the 5th round. We shall see how the 5th round unfolds.
Well, this is where it comes in. This is what they say comes down to the heart. You can train a fighter's body, you can train their punches and kicks, but their heart is something they're going to have to dig deep down inside. Their coaches can be there to motivate them, and they may have to dig very, very deep to finish these last 2 minutes. If you want to become the super middleweight champion, it all comes down to these last 2 minutes. Christian Zahler out of the red corner, Joseph Parker out of the black corner. This is the 5th and final round of our super middleweight title fight. Here on Fighters Rep number 19, David Huey alongside Manuka Kopian. We got the best seat in the house. And Zahler is putting that volume together. He knows he has to steal the round, and he is using that pressure. And Parker using that leverage, leaning into those punches. And we see right now the head movement of Parker is actually paying off for him, because Zahler's punching over the top of him, and then when he comes back leaning from that head movement, he throws a hook, throws a cross, and that added leverage he gets has been finding his mark. Both fighters breathing very heavily. They've been putting a lot of energy in this fight. Both fighters are just swinging right away. Fighters going into that short clinch, trying to work their way out. And we're down to the 30-second mark between these two warriors. Who wants it more? And Parker landing with those hands.
Yep, Parker zinging Zahler there with a short check left hook. Again, very close round to score. Both fighters are gassed, and they're just emptying out the tank right now.
And it is right now they are fighting with their hearts. And when you're a championship fighter, you got to dump it all on the line, as these guys are doing right now. Because they're going to leave it in the judges' hands. Who will become the Fighters Rep Super Middleweight Champion? Will it be Christian, the Flow Master Zahler, or Joseph Parker? Let's take a look at the replay action. Right here, and let's see that hand is just going. Zahler finding its mark with that right cross at the end. And again, Parker throwing those leverage punches. working that body, coming over the top. And a beautiful hook there. And it might be the head movement of Parker that kind of saved him and kind of helped him evade those punches of Zahler and find his mark with those hooks and crosses. It may be his. Who do you give it to, Manu?
Yeah, this is a very tough fight to score. I see this a 3-2 fight. Either way, both fighters left it all in the ring, and the victor is definitely gonna earn this title tonight. The super middleweight title for FightersRep. Christian Zahler looking to become a 2-division titleist. Joseph Parker coming halfway around the world from Auckland, New Zealand. The former rugby player now looking to make his mark in kickboxing and later on in MMA, as he said. Looking to take one big step in accomplishing that goal here tonight. And we'll find out in just a few moments on who's taking home the FightersRep gold.
Absolutely. Interesting clash of styles between the two. Let's send it to Josh Shibata.
Judge number 1 scored about 49-46, while judges 2 and 3 scored about 50-45. All for your winner by unanimous decision. And now, the FightersRep Super Middleweight Champion from the black corner, Joe Parker.
Wow, one judge saw all 5 rounds for Joseph Parker, while the other 2 gave 4 to him, 1 to Zahler. I saw the fight a lot closer.
Well, I did, David. I'm a little surprised how wide the scores were for this fight. You know, Christian Zahler definitely looked good in the first half of the fight. Sure, he gassed out there towards the end, but this was not a shutout win or a shutout loss for Zahler, and it was a very even fight, and it was tough to score some of those rounds.
Absolutely, but a great show between these 2 warriors. Again, it's that head movement and returning punches with that leverage for Parker that might have stolen the show for him. Christian Zahler put up a great fight. You know, I wouldn't even mind seeing these guys running back.
Yeah, I'm not one who was very happy the way those scorecards were filled out there towards the end. So I wouldn't mind a rematch. I definitely wouldn't. Hopefully FightersRep 20, George Francis, bring these 2 fellas back into the ring for a rematch. We've already seen what Christian Zahler has done in a rematch. And obviously the one that didn't go his way, but you know, building these fights is going to be good for his future too.
Joe, the big show, Parker, congratulations, champ. How do you feel?
I feel good standing next to you. We got the host of the city right now, host of the country. It's an honor. How does it feel to be the host of the country?
No. How does it feel being the champ, brother? Let's talk about your fight, bro. Now, I've seen you fight in so many promotions. You've always been putting on a great show. One of your toughest opponents, I feel, and former champion Christian Zahler. Now, you hit him with a lot of hard shots, some heavy kicks. How did it feel to see him keep coming at you?
Man, he's got some durability. He was like acting like he wasn't even phased. I thought a couple shots would rock him a little bit more. But he's tough. He's tough and he's no game. He's no game.
Now, when you were going into this fight, were you expecting to go all 5 rounds?
I actually wasn't. I actually wasn't planning to go all 5 rounds. But I just want to say, Jesus Christ is the King, baby! One kid,
Now that you're the champ here in FightersRep, what does the future hold for Big Show Joe Parker in the Lions Den?
look, we're going to keep on taking these opponents. I know there's a couple guys in the background that may be watching in the crowd. I don't know. Maybe they're watching online and they're going to see this video a couple days later, and I know they're eyeing the ball. So, you know, step in the ring and we'll come get it.
Oh, there you go. Now, you have a lot of friends and family here. Any last words you want to give them, champ?
Nah, Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, and the life. Shout out to Awesome Champions, my coaches, Giovanni, Shane, Mark.